I run a multi-six-figure software company, chatiq.ai. I scaled it to $10,000 in recurring revenue in less than 60 days. I got over 10,000 users for the software in less than 60 days. I don't know how to code. I built all of this starting off with no code. Then I taught myself to code and have now scaled it to multi-six figures in annual recurring revenue. And in this video, I want to do a deep dive, in-depth course touching on everything on how you can do the same. So we're going to talk about marketing, the different marketing channels I've used, how I'm building this and running the entire marketing myself with no investment into paid ads. Then I'm going to talk about product, how you can build your product, how you can test your product, identify if it's a good product, get your first early users, and then how you can continue to basically balance between marketing and product so you can continue to grow your product and make it better while bring on new customers. So first thing that you need to understand when you're starting a software business is it's not as easy as some people out there make you think it is. It can be done much easier if you have a roadmap and a plan, and that's what I'm going to go through in this video. So the first thing you need to understand is if you're not a software developer, if you're not someone with a coding background or coding experience, you need to focus on building a product as quickly as possible with as easy to learn tools as possible. So we're going to be using no-code tools to build a product, and that's what I did right at the start. So something like bubble.io, this is just a test of a product that I was building for a course that I'm building, which is going to teach everyone like you guys how you can actually build your products. And we're going to use Bubble to build it, and then from there we can start to add in custom coded solutions. Now, if you are someone who can build a software product and you can code, this first part of the business, this first part of the video is really going to be important for you as well, because we're going to be talking about how you can then market that product. But also, one of the biggest problems that you'll find when you're building a software product is focusing on features and which direction you need to take. And I'm going to go through all of that as well. So these are sort of three main stages of my software product. This is what it looks like at the moment. It's an AI chatbot builder for businesses that automates customer service, collects leads, collects support tickets. It will automatically deal with those support tickets. It's trained on your own data, customizable, a whole host of other things as well. That's what it looks like now. This is what the first product looked like. There's a couple of extra sections to this, but this is the MVP that I had that I used to test if the product would be useful, if people would pay for it. I did all of this back in February in 2023. And then around April time, this is what the product looked like. This is what I launched. This is obviously the same section here. You can kind of see in the new version. And then I can continue to iterate. And finally, I got to this here. And you can see there's a lot of difference between these early products and this one. And I did all of this using no-code stuff right at the start. So let's start talking about marketing. How did I get my early users? What can you do if you're building your first business? So there's two routes that you can take. There's the sort of build your product and then market it, and then there's the marketing your product and then building it. Either way can work. It really depends on what your overall outcome is. As a developer, as someone who wants to build software products, you will be drawn towards building first, marketing second. Nobody likes marketing. I hate marketing. It is my least favorite thing to do, but it has to be done to see success. People aren't just going to find your product. People aren't just going to use your product just because you think it's good and just because it's got good features. So you need to balance between marketing and software development. So right at the start, I would recommend short form content. Now, there are some caveats to this, and this really depends on what product it is that you're building. ChatIQ is a B2B product. TikTok, short form content, is not the optimal strategy for B2B products. It does work, but it's not as easy as it can be thought to do. If you're building something for B2C or students, TikTok is the place to go easily. You can get millions of views very, very easily. Thousands of people can sign up. So when I first started, I launched my product on the 3rd of April, 2023. So my 25th birthday exactly is when I launched this product. And I posted this video, which got 140,000 views. After I posted about 5 or 6 videos, this one then got 150,000 views. The reason this got success is, well, there's a few reasons. One, it was very short and snappy. It was kind of confusing because people didn't really understand everything about AI back at the time when I launched this video, and they had a lot of questions. They were asking a lot of questions. There was a lot of engagement, but also more importantly, I hit the market at the right time. And this is why I mentioned right at the beginning of the video, we're going to be focusing on no-code building tools, especially if you're someone just getting started, because you need to be able to build a product very, very quickly, get it to market, and then you can focus on setting yourself apart and turning no code into code. So that got 140,000 views, and that led to the first 752 customers. Then very, very quickly, I continued to scale it, continued to post TikTok videos. I probably amassed about 1 million views over the first 30 days, and I managed to get £4,000 in recurring revenue within the first month. I actually had about £3,000 in additional recurring revenue in a different Stripe account, which ended up being shut down. So I had thousands of customers and thousands of pounds in recurring revenue, which I lost. I will do another video on that, but if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And anyway, I continue to scale this product. 4,500 users in the first sort of month or so, and then in the next month I managed to get to 7.5. So this is about $10,000 in recurring revenue. Now you'll see here this trend starts to slow down, and there's a few reasons for this. I'm going to get into that towards the end of this video. But anyway, marketing through TikTok was what grew this very, very quickly. And the reason you want to be focusing on short form content is because you can get a lot of views very, very quickly. Since then, I've started to focus on other marketing channels. Now, I have two businesses. The first one is the personal brand, which is this YouTube channel where I'm teaching people how to build a software product. I have a consulting offer. So if you are somebody who has a business, a software business, and you need one-on-one help coaching, growing that business, there is a link where you can book in a call with me. It costs money. It's not a free service, but I will help you scale that business using all of the strategies that I go through in this video. And that is basically what I use this personal brand for. I'm also helping people right at the start build their first software products. And all of that is basically the first business. None of that really feeds ChatIQ. Obviously, I mention my software in these videos, but it's not the primary driver for what brings in customers. That is also this Instagram account here. So I have an Instagram account for ChatIQ as well, but you can see Instagram is very, very hard to get lots of views on. So I recommend you focus on TikTok. And then I have YouTube. You can see this is a YouTube channel here where some of the videos get fairly good views. This has got 600 views. This one's got 750 views, although you can't screenshot it. But for the majority, not many views for most of the videos. However, by posting a sheer volume of videos in like the e-commerce space and business space, you will start to rank for those bits of content and you will start to bring in customers. And I'm going to talk about that as well. But all of this content, and you can see here, this is just like an idea of the graph. So in about 2 or 3 days, sort of a big spike in views, and then it slows down. So most of these views for this video came from browse on YouTube. So this is like very, very recent. This is in the last 3 or 4 days. So I'm focusing a lot more on YouTube at the moment to grow the company. All of this traffic goes to a landing page. Now, there are lots of different ways that you can sell a software product. There are thousands of different ways. I have tried tens of them, and it really comes down to what works best for you, what niche you're in. But typically with software, you want to be focusing on what the mass are doing because that is what works. So that is just a basic landing page. Make sure you identify the core features that your product has that solve a problem or whatever problem it is that you're trying to solve. So you will know that there are a lot of people who do chatbots in my space. There's a lot of custom chatbot builders. All of them are focusing on ChatGPT for your website. I'm trying to separate myself from the competition by focusing on the end result of having a chatbot, and that is customer satisfaction. So that is why ChatIQ is one of the only chatbot builders out there that has built-in support ticketing into the software. So I'm trying to separate myself from the competition, and I'm setting that as my unique selling point right at the top of the page. The entire website shows off all the features, all of the benefits of using my product. Then I push those people to start a free trial. So they come to the sign up page, they create an account. It will then push them to set up for a free trial. They can then start a free trial, and then it will send over to a newsletter, and then at the same time send them into the software products where they can get started building their first chatbot. I have tried multiple different strategies to increase the conversion rates along this route, and at the moment this is what's working best for me. There are other sales channels that I also use, but for the most part, if I'm getting 10,000 views on a video, all of that traffic goes to here, sign up, then to the product. And the reason I'm using this product, this setup here, is because it's been getting me the best conversion rates. Now, you're probably wondering when to start charging for your products and how can you start making money as quickly as possible from your product. And right at the start, when I started selling ChatIQ, 752 people signed up, and there wasn't a paywall. There was no way for people to pay me other than upgrading their account. And the problem with software is if you give people the opportunity to sign up to your product for free, they will then just abuse that. They will sign up for a free account, and it's very, very hard to convert those people into paying customers. Now, although this number of users is incredibly useful for somebody who's starting a software business, because all of these people can give you feedback and tell you what they want from your product, that isn't necessarily going to make you money. So what you need to do is find a way of stopping people coming in and abusing your product and actually getting out their credit cards. Because at the end of the day, the people who pay you are the only ones that are useful in your business. So here's what I recommend you do. When I first started using selling ChatIQ, like I say, I just had a free open, then you can upgrade. Then what I ended up doing is putting in a paywall. So to get to the product page, to get to the dashboard, actually this is what the dashboard looked like, right? To get to the dashboard, you had to create a free trial. There was no other way to do it. It was a 14-day free trial. When I first started, it was $15 a month. It now costs $30 a month for the base plan. Then you could go in, train your chatbot, embed it in your website, and start using it. Now, there are two caveats to this, because with ChatIQ, when you embed it in your website, you can see here, this is what the chatbot looks like on the website. Down here, there is a powered by ChatIQ link. So if people were to create the product, embed it into their website, I would get a lot of redirects to my website just from people sharing my product. That is one thing. And obviously, the more people that use it, then the more links you're going to get. But it doesn't necessarily mean just by letting everybody use your product for free, it's going to inherently lead to more growth in your business. The reason for this is, out of 752 people, a lot of these people are very, very low intent. And this comes back to the marketing. And I'll get to this a little bit more when we talk about YouTube. But with TikTok, you have somebody watches 10, 20, 30 seconds of your video. That is it. Most videos that you post will reach a new audience, which means they're not particularly warm. They're not particularly dedicated to you or your product, which means they're not necessarily going to actually use your product. So although 752 people have signed up to it, how many of those people are then going to build a chatbot and then embed it into their website? And then how many of those people will have a website that's got enough traffic for it to benefit you? As soon as you start to do these numbers, you're realizing that probably only about 10 to 70 of these people have got a useful website for your business. And then when you do the maths on that, the amount of traffic that you're going to get from that referrals is not going to be enough to justify not charging for your product. So unless you're getting tens of thousands of signups, I wouldn't recommend doing a free product right at the start. There is an element of shareability. If your product's really, really good and you know it works and you know people will love it, then if you offer a free plan, you might get people sharing it with their friends, and then it will sort of sustain its growth on its own. But chances are, when you're first building your first software product, that's not going to happen. So here's what you're going to do. All of your traffic, and we'll go back to this in a second, is going to be pushed into your landing page. Then they're going to come to your sign up page. And when we get to product, by the way, sort of towards the end of this video, I'm going to talk to you about how you can build all of this, right? Because this might seem complicated, but it's actually incredibly easy. Then what you're going to do is when someone puts in their details to create an account, and I've added sign up with Google, by the way, and that increased my sign up rate by, I think it was about 200%. So we'll talk through that as well. Once they go through this sequence here, kind of like in this section here, it's going to ask them to sign up for a free trial. Put in your credit card details, and then it's going to redirect them to the dashboard page. It's going to have a check within the software to make sure they're on a free trial. It's going to give them, so you see here, I've got like plan usage, so they've got 1 million words they can upload, build a certain number of chatbots, and they can have a certain number of messages. And you can set all of that up within your own software. And I recommend when you're getting started, look at what your competition is doing and set up the exact same pricing model. Cool. So that's kind of like a brief walkthrough. Let's just get into the deep diving of what content to create now. Because the first question most people have is, what if I don't want to show my face? Or, Sebastian, you're much better in front of the camera than I am. How do I know it's going to be any useful, or the video is going to be any good? I'm going to get views. The answer to that question is, you will not get views. Chances are you're not going to get views on your first few videos. You have to remain consistent. I've been running this product now for 12 months. Basically, as of it's the 8th of April, so as of yesterday, it has been exactly 1 year that I've been running this product. And it has not been an easy ride, but I have remained consistent in producing content and consistent in updating the product. You're not going to see overnight success. Now, although this video got 140,000 views, and although these numbers look like an overnight success, they are not. And I'll explain to you how this is true. I actually, 6 months before I launched ChatIQ, left my job. So I was unemployed for 6 months. And over that 6-month period, I was doing product research. I was trying to work out what people wanted, how I could market this product. And in fact, I built a personal YouTube channel. So this YouTube channel here was built with the specific sole purpose of cultivating an audience of people in e-commerce and business who would use my product when I'm ready to launch it. That is what you need to be doing. You need to be starting with marketing, and then you can start to actually promote your product. So realistically, if you did get a video on TikTok that got loads of views, then you're going to start to see some success, but you need to remain consistent with it. Now, let's say you're doing B2B. What can you be doing that's higher tier, higher quality than just TikTok? Well, that is focusing on YouTube. So let's just break down the titles of some of these videos, right? First of all, this no-code AI automation saves me this much per year. This no-code AI automation saves me this much per year. Well, if you go onto my YouTube channel, and we scroll through the videos, you can see this one got 746 views. This one's got 611 views. There was a brief period when none of them got any views. This one's got 2,500 views, and you'll notice that they're all using a very, very similar title. The ones that got lots of views have a very, very similar title. I was lucky I stumbled upon that title, but that content is very, very good at pushing high quality traffic. But the next best thing about this, right, and you need to be testing titles, and we'll go through that towards the end of the video, but the best part about this is out of this 611 people, there's been 24 hours. So 24 hours, an entire day worth of content has been consumed. 611 people have in total spent an entire day watching a video that is exclusively about my product. The entire video is me talking about how my software product can solve their problem. So you need to identify in your audience or in your niche exactly what problems and frustrations people have that your product can solve. Then all you need to do is produce content explaining or educating them on that problem, educating them that they actually have that problem, and then you need to show them that your product is a better solution to solve that problem. And then you're going to get signups. So just to give you an idea of conversion rates from YouTube, although there's not many views on these videos, in total in the last 30 days, I've had about 12,000 views on this YouTube channel. Those 12,000 views, I get roughly a 10% click-through rate. So that's 1,200 people have gone to my website. And the conversion rates on those people is significantly higher. Like it's 10 times, maybe even 15 times higher than the conversion rates from TikTok. And the reason for that is because the people have spent so much time watching my content. And also, YouTube is just top tier in organic marketing. It just is unbeatable. The reason for this is, with TikTok, when you produce a piece of content, that piece of content will go out and it will find a new audience. Every single time it will find a new audience. There is a very, very small percentage. It's about 5% of the people. Let me just write this down, right? 5% of the people who watch one video will watch the next video. Whereas for YouTube, it's roughly between 20 to 30%. So 30% of the people who watched this video here will go ahead and watch this video, or this video, or this video. They won't necessarily watch all of them, but you probably get, on average, one viewer watches 3 to 5 of your videos. So if one viewer spends 3 minutes watching a video, and they watch 5 of those videos, that one viewer has watched 15 minutes of content of you promoting your product. They've watched 15 minutes of content of you talking about how your product can solve their specific problem. And YouTube is much better at finding an audience of people for you. So that's why YouTube's significantly better at converting customers. So although you're not getting many views, you will be getting higher converting customers. Cool. So now's the next question we're going to have is, well, how do I actually produce that content? What do I do if I'm not comfortable in front of the camera? Well, for TikTok, film your screen. As long as you're happy talking over, even if you just do like a voice recording, you're going to be able to get views on TikTok. The next thing is with YouTube, do what I'm doing in this video. It's a Loom video. The software that I'm using here is called Loom. You can just film, you can screen record, you can show your face, you can turn your face off. You don't have to have the camera if you don't want to. And then all you do is you just talk through the subject of your video. So the next thing comes down to, okay, well, what video ideas? How do I find a video idea for my product? So if we look here at my software product, right? There are a few different things that you can do when you're building it. And I need to identify what my target audience is. I need to identify what problems they have, and then I need to make video content that solves those problems. And with YouTube, because it's basically like a search-based algorithm in some ways, whereas obviously you've got browse as well, but you've got people who will go on and specifically look for a solution to a problem. Okay, so we're going to go onto YouTube here, and I'm going to demonstrate this. We're going to say how to. And you can see people are saying specifically how to make money online, how to get investors for SaaS, how to get traffic for your SaaS. These are all like specific people searching for specific problems. Now, if we do how to build a chatbot, right? So how to build a chatbot in Python, how to build a chatbot for a website with GPT, Microsoft Azure from scratch. All of these are search terms that people are using to find a specific video to solve a specific problem. Let's say, for example, you had a product that taught SEO or a product that helped with ranking on Google. How to rank website on Google first page. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take this search term. You can see here, this top video, 282,000 views. There's a lot of people searching for this content. 275,000 views, 135,000 views, 16,000 views, 56,000 views. All of these people are creating content to solve this one specific problem. And here you can see 1,500 views 5 days ago. This guy has just filmed a video using the same software that I'm using and has got 1,500 views. If you made that video promoting a specific product, that is going to convert to a lot of paying customers. And the best part is with search-based content on YouTube is people, as long as people keep searching for this, your video will keep ranking. Let me give you an example. This here is some analytics from a video on my YouTube channel. And this is before I was doing ChatIQ. I posted this, almost 3 years ago. It's 2.5 years ago I posted this video and it's got 24,000 views. It's continued to gain views. This video has got 1.1 thousand hours in watch time. And this is ranking for specific search terms. So 59% of the views for this video came from YouTube search. The rest are from browse, external, suggested videos. To give you an idea of some of that search-based content, you've got, like, this is basically for TikTok marketing and advertising for e-commerce, but TikTok agency account, TikTok ads, how to target a US audience on TikTok, TikTok ads agency account. So people are searching for a specific solution to a specific problem. So all you need to do is find a long tail keyword is what they call this, and create content for that. That is basically it. Now there are two routes down this. So you can see if you look at this one here, so the real reason you're making no money in dropshipping, right? This is not search-based algorithm. Step-by-step how to make 100K per year ASAP if starting again. This is not for a search-based algorithm. But these two are turning FAQ pages into AI chatbots. This is kind of like browse, but also search-based. How to build an AI chatbot step-by-step guided walkthrough tutorial. This is also kind of like a bit between browse and a bit between search. So all you would need to do, again, this one here, this is browse, this is browse, this is browse, this is browse. So it really depends on what you're trying to rank for. If you're trying to rank for search, it's going to take a lot longer to get views, but those views will be more consistent over time and much higher quality. What you can do is you can come to a software called Ahrefs, and you can create it's very expensive, but what you can do is you can search for like actual search terms. So you can take, what was that search term I used? We can take this and we can come to here and we can actually search for the volume on YouTube. We're going to search in the United States, and we'll see how many. Okay, so search volume of 40, so it's not ranking. There's not like a lot of people searching for this. Apparently, I don't really find the YouTube one works. But if we go to Google, you're going to see search volume of 80 for this very specific. Like this is a very, very, very specific search term. If we say, let's just do, for example, rank on Google. 350 people searching. Or if we go on to YouTube, how many people are searching for that? And don't forget, right, that's 350 people who are searching every single month. If you got 10, 20 of those views per month, that's very, very high engagement people. And this is just in the United States, by the way, right? If you then got a video ranking for that, as it gets more views, as it gets better engagement over time, your video will move up and up in the search algorithm, which means all 350 of these people will see your video on like the first 5 videos on YouTube. Because when I search for this, how to rank on the first page on Google, this one, SEO for beginners, I tried to rank number 1 on Google, I got number 1 on Google. None of these people are actually using this exact keyword in their title. So if you use this, and somebody sees that when they search for it, you're going to get a lot of views. But also, right, with YouTube, is it works with Google. So when somebody searches for rank on Google, then Google will actually recommend them videos. I'll see if I can get an example of this. I don't know if this will show up, but sometimes, here we go, these are the videos, right? How to rank number 1 on Google. It's exactly the same guy who posted the video here, this one. So the people who are posting the content on YouTube are also now ranking on Google. So although you're not getting many search terms on YouTube for this, we could do SEO for Google. search volume 400. Here we go. Traffic potential. 86,000 people per month are searching for this topic. So 86,000 people have the potential of seeing your video. You can go very specific. So if I search for AI chatbot builder on Google, there's a traffic potential of 4,500 people. Now it's quite hard to rank for this one, but 4,500 people are specifically looking for an AI chatbot builder. If I put for my website, there'll be less traffic potential. Probably, okay, it's not going to work with that one. So if we do chat GPT for website, maybe that'll work. 74,000 people are searching for that. So if I create a video about how to create chatbot for your website, you could rank for that. You could get a lot of high intent people coming to your website and buying your product. So that is the point in using YouTube. And YouTube is very, very aggressive, very, very powerful in actually scaling your business. And you can see here, just to give you an idea, so this dropped, by the way, is because I did a blast because it's an imported list from somewhere else. Anyway, not important. But the point is, 9,500 people are subscribed to my newsletter for ChatIQ. This is not growing because I turned off the integration. But basically what happens is when somebody comes in and they put their email address here, it will ping them over to Beehive, which is the software that I'm using for my email marketing, and I'll leave a link to that down below as well. That will then allow me to do email marketing to bring people back to buy my product. And essentially what you're doing here is you're fueling your own machine. As you produce marketing, as you produce videos, that traffic comes to your website, you capture that traffic, you collect those emails so you can continue marketing to the same people, and then you can grow your business, and then you produce more content, and then you can grow your business. And you'll find you'll enter a cycle where you just constantly producing content to grow your business. There are other ways of growing your business, but they all require some sort of investment. This is the easiest way to do it if you haven't got any way to invest. Cool. So the next thing we want to focus on now is product. How do we build our product? What do we build it with? How do we see if anybody wants to use our product? And then how do we then turn that into a scalable business? And how do we balance between product and marketing? So, product. I built it with bubble.io to start off with, right? So this is just a no-code build tool, and I am building a course on this. Depending on when this video goes out, depending on when the course is done, there will be a link down below in the description, either for the waitlist or for the course once it's released. It will not be cheap, but it will teach you exactly how to build a product start to finish using Bubble, then how you can start to include custom-coded solutions using Bubble, because that is what's going to really move you apart from your competition. How to make sure you get fast apps that are built very, very quickly, that aren't, costing a fortune to run with Bubble. And then also some stuff about marketing as well. But once we've built a product, what we're doing here is we're not building everything. We're building what's called a minimum viable product, an MVP. That MVP we are going to show to prospective clients and customers and get feedback. That is all we're doing to start off with. The way that we do this is we build something here, right? So let me just see if I can actually preview this for you. So this is like within the app editor for Bubble, and this is just an example of something that I've built. If we go into here, this is basically what I was building here is a split testing tool where I could track things. Let me just open it up. Right, so this is like an example product that I've built, and you can see it's got a whole load of split tests down here. There's like current active split tests. You can delete things. You can see like a timeline of all the stuff that you've done. You can make predictions off them. There's like dev notes that you can add, a dashboard, and these sorts of things, right? So this is like a minimum viable product. This product does not work. It's very, very buggy, very, very glitchy, and as it turns out, I'm not really building it anymore. But the point is, I could show this to somebody. I could get on a sales call with someone, and I could say, look, this is what I'm building. This is what it does. This is the problem that you've got, and this is how my product solves that problem. Talk to them, show them the product, basically do a demo and say, is this something that you think this would be useful for you? Yes or no? What features do you want? How much would you pay for it? Do you want to join the wait list? Do you want to even pay upfront and reserve a cheaper price? Start to talk to people and work out what they want from your product. So let me give you an example here, right? So for example, here, right, this is like a bit of tracking stuff that I've done for ChatIQ, and this is a bit of a sidetrack statement, but I want to show you while we're here. I added in sign up with Google to my software, right? So these are little split tests that you can do into your product to increase conversion rates. This is what increased my conversion rate by like 100, 200%. But this is like the software that I built was allowing me to track specific things and changes in my business. And the reason I built this product was because I needed a solution for this. This was something that I needed in my business that wasn't out there in the way that I needed. So I'm building this product because I need it myself. And you can see I've actually been using it every single day ever since, up until like the 7th of March, like a month ago, when I stopped using it. So it turned out for me that this was a useful product. I showed it to other people and they said, yeah, this is kind of useful. The reason I stopped building it is because a lot of people said, yeah, but there is a competitor and this is the person that I would recommend using. And every single person said, just use this other software, don't build your own. So I was like, well, there's no point continuing with this because there are so many people who would go to a competitor instead. It's not unique enough. But what you could also do is you could talk to people and see, okay, well, what don't they like about that competitor? What specific things are they looking for that you could add that would make it better? And that's what you're kind of doing from this stage. And this is like the market research stage. For example, here, I was actually doing market research on Twitter. So I posted this product, had an app idea, built it in 3 days. Now I can track split test and have a historical change log of marketing. This guy said, what tool is this? What are you building now? When you say split test, deploying changes and having them run in parallel, blah, 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 blah. So this is some guy who's like, is this a feature that you're adding, or is this something that, you know, that you could add? This guy was like, or whatever, this is just some other guy. This is another post I did. Nice, what's the change? So this was me showing the results of using that product and increasing conversion rates and tracking the increase in conversion rates. So I'm using Twitter to gather feedback from people while posting about the software product that I've built. Again, this is another post that I did. So I think it's got any engagement. Here, no engagement. Why are you not just using stats IG? Right, so this is another person who said, look, just use this competitor. So you're gathering feedback from people. And that is the whole point of why we do this, because you don't want to go down the point of just building a product, getting ready to market it, and then everyone says to you, don't bother using it, just use this one, right? So that's what we're doing. Now, there's two ways of doing it, a few ways of doing it. You can use organic content marketing, like on Twitter. If you've got an audience of people already, you can start to show off your product, or even just start posting it on Twitter, because if it's inherently interesting, Twitter is very good at pushing it out and finding people. So B2B, definitely try Twitter. The other option is LinkedIn. And this is what I used when I started building ChatIQ. And in fact, it was called Intuitus.ai when I first started building the product. But what I did is I sent cold DMs on LinkedIn. This is not like a scalable thing, but this is like the way that I started when I first started out. It's what I knew would work, so I did it. And basically all I did is I said, look, you have this problem, I have this solution. Do you want to have a look at it? Basically is all I did. And I think I came up with like a cool strapline, which was like this simple line of code can book you 10 more sales calls for your business in the next 24 hours using AI. And then people would message me saying, yeah, I'm interested. Show me. What does it do? How can it help me? And then all I did is, you can see here, I'm on a Zoom call with someone and I'm talking through the product. I'm showing him the product. And at this point I was showing it on LinkedIn. And it was going, like, the idea for this product at this time was going in a different direction. But having spoken to these people, having spoken to all of these different, I think I probably spoke to about 10, 15 people, different businesses on LinkedIn, every single one of them was like, yeah, this is kind of cool, but I want a way of being able to train the chatbot on my website, or I want a way of being able to make sure the responses are accurate every single time, or I want a way of being able to use this for my customer service. So all I did was I took that feedback on board. So you can see here, this is the original product. When you were building it, there is no way to train your chatbot. Basically what would happen is someone would sign up for an account, I would go in, I would train the chatbot for them manually, add all the data, and it would take an absolute fortune for them to pay me. It would take a lot of time for me to build them one, and then they could add it to their website. And it was basically just like very specific question and answer questions. And then they're like, yeah, but we need more versatility. So I went away and I built the next version. And this is what it looked like. I added in a section where you could train it on text, you could upload PDF files, or you could scrape your website. And then I used that information, all the feedback that I got from those Zoom calls from LinkedIn, to add features to my business. They were also like, we want a way of updating and customizing the way the chatbot responds. So now when you log into ChatIQ, I don't think I'm signed in. So when you talk to the chatbot, if you were to ask it a question, it's going to offer you the opportunity to adjust the response from the chatbot. And I added in that feature. I also added in support ticketing. People wanted to be able to gather support tickets, so I added in that. So you can see here, this is the adjust response feature. So you can change the way the AI responds. So if I ask this question again, it will use the adjusted response. People wanted a way to gather emails from their chatbots, so I added that in. So over time, the feedback that you get from your customers, you will add different features into your product. So instead of just willy-nilly adding in features right at the start, you want to focus on building a very, very simple MVP, show people on, where are we? Show people on LinkedIn, show them what, or Twitter or Instagram or YouTube or wherever, basically create content and show people. Have conversations with users, see what they want. Once you identify what they want, add the features that they want. Maybe, prioritize 3 of them, add those 3 features, and then you want to launch your product. And I would recommend launching on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. See which one works and then double down on that one. Right, so that's probably everything to really go through now in this video. I'm sure I have missed some stuff. If you guys are interested in anything to do with scaling and building a SaaS business, if you have a business or a SaaS business you need help with scaling, if you click the top link down below in the description, it'll take you to my website. We can get one-on-one coaching with me. Like I said, this is a paid program. Go ahead, book in a call with me, and we'll see if we're a good fit, and I can do some consulting and some coaching help with you and your business to scale your business. This isn't cheap, but I have got like 3 clients that I'm working with at the moment. I'm also building, depending on when this video goes out, there will be another link down below in the description to either get my course or join the waitlist for that, which is basically going to be everything that I do in the consulting, but put into a course format. Everything that you've seen in this video will be turned into a course that goes into a lot more detail. But yeah, if you've got any other questions, any other videos you want to see, don't forget to leave a comment down below.